Hey guys, this is N0AGI. This is a short video on the how to snippets category. Today we are going to look at how to create a simple shell script to pull up or look up ham radio call sign details. There are two methods to do this. Today we're going to talk about one of the methods, probably the fastest among the two, and I'll do a separate video on method number 2 at a later point in time. So let's get started.
So here I have my Raspberry Pi command line interface pulled up. I'm currently logged in as root. Let's see how it works first. Okay, ham N0AGI. What that does is it pulls up my call sign and displays the call sign details in a raw format. This is fairly easy to do actually. There is a website which is right here. You call this URL in your browser and then supply your call sign and let it run, and then that pulls up this raw output. So you could take this output, massage it, and then make it command line friendly and display it to your shell, which is what I'm doing here. Takes out the empty lines and then dumps it to the command line here. So the way to do that is use an app called Lynx. Lynx is an app that takes a website URL and then dumps it to your command line interface. And let's see how that works. If I supplied the same URL with my call sign to Lynx, let's see what that does. It takes the output and displays it to the Lynx interface, which is fine. Now let's do the same thing, except now I'm going to do --dump for Lynx, and that's going to spit out the output directly into my command line. So the same output, only it dumps it to my console directly. Now you could take this output and now we can massage this data. For example, I want to get rid of this empty line here. I want to get rid of these lines here from the footer section. It looks like there are about 3 spaces. And the way you do that is to pass this output, the output from Lynx, into grep and have grep parse out the spaces. So here, for example, I have the output being piped into grep, and then I'm doing a negate filter on it for everything that begins with 3 empty spaces. Let's see how it works. So now I have the same data, except for I got rid of this last footer section. You could also go further and say, hey, I don't need these empty lines, and which is like so. You could massage it that way also. But for me, I think this works much better just from a UI standpoint. You could take this command line interface, put a shell script around it, and save that shell script and use it as a command line command. Now let's go back to our environment. Let's do an alias, and I created an alias for ham, which calls whoiscall.sh with an argument. So when I go ham N0AGI, that should pull up my call sign details. We'll talk soon. Thanks for watching.